Good evening. Well, we've got some breaking news to bring you on our top story. We've just had a statement come through from Channel 4 regarding those allegations made against Russell Brand, revealed in an investigation tonight. Channel 4 says that it is appalled to learn of these deeply troubling allegations, including behaviour alleged to have taken place on programmes made for Channel 4 between 2004 and 2007. We are determined to understand the full nature of what went on. We have carried out extensive document searches and have found no evidence to suggest the alleged incidents were brought to the attention of Channel 4. We will continue to review this in light of any further information we receive, including the accounts of those affected individuals. We will be asking the production company who produced the programmes for Channel 4 to investigate these allegations and report their findings properly and satisfactorily to us. It goes on. In the many years since the alleged incidents took place, there has obviously been extensive change in Channel 4's management and commissioning teams. Today, Channel 4 has a zero-tolerance approach to unacceptable behaviour and has a robust code of conduct. We require all suppliers to have in place a rigorous safeguarding policies and provide whistleblowing support, including Channel 4's Speak Up facility. We are committed to ensuring our industry has safe, inclusive and professional working environments. That statement coming into us here at Sky News from Channel 4, of course, following those allegations that Russell Brand denies. Let's bring in Sky's Matthew Thompson. He joins me from the newsroom now. And Matthew, in quick succession, once these allegations were revealed in this investigation, we've had a statement now from the BBC and Channel 4. Russell Brand has denied the allegations, but clearly this has ramifications that will rumble on.
Oh, absolutely it does. I mean, I think it's important to be clear. There are, if you like, broadly two categories of offences alleged in this investigation in the Times and in dispatches. There is the very serious, more criminal allegations, which I'll touch on in a moment, and then there are lesser allegations of misbehaviour and other such inappropriate behaviour, you might call it, whilst he was employed at Channel 4 and at the BBC, and that's what the Channel 4 statement you've just read out is more in relation to. But the more serious allegations are made by 4 different women. One of them was just 16 at the time of the alleged offences. They are said to have occurred between 2006 and 2013, so really at the height of Russell Brand's fame, 2 of them in the UK and 2 of them in the United States. Now, one woman has accused Russell Brand of raping her at his home in Los Angeles. Another woman who was 16 and a schoolgirl at the time says that she was in a 3-month relationship with Russell Brand, during which time he was controlling and abusive. She says, for example, on one occasion, he sent a car to her secondary school to pick her up and take her to his home. Russell Brand has, of course, denied vehemently all of these allegations against him in both categories. Here's a short clip of what he put onto his very popular YouTube channel late last night.
Amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual.
Now, Russell Brand's career has been varied, I suppose you could say. It began in the year 2000. He was a finalist at the Hackney Empire New Act of the Year. He then made a debut at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And in 2004, a few years later, he landed his first major presenting role on Big Brother's spin-off programme, Big Brother's Big Mouth. That was on Channel 4. And then by the late 2000s, really, his star had risen. He'd begun to appear in Hollywood in films like The Tempest and Get Him to the Greek. He met his now ex-wife, the famous singer, of course, Katy Perry. But he has courted controversy. In 2008, his radio programme, The Russell Brand Show, was involved in the so-called Saxgate scandal, where he and Jonathan Ross prank-called and left lewd messages on Andrew Sachs, the Fawlty Towers actor's answer phone. Then into the 2010s, he turned to politics, really. He became something of a commentator, an activist. He was interviewed on Newsnight, on Question Time, and wrote various articles in the press. And although his Hollywood star has now perhaps waned somewhat, he still maintains a very, very popular presence on social media. He has a YouTube channel, as I say, where he posts videos, which I suppose you could say have a sort of conspiracist bent to his nearly 7 million followers. And so because he's almost become a self-promoter, a self-publicist, it's hard to say what the effect of these allegations will be on his career in the short term. But there are, as you said at the beginning, questions for some of the more mainstream broadcasters. The Times investigation does say that complaints were made about Brand's behaviour whilst he worked at Channel 4, whilst he worked at the BBC. So questions for them. And obviously, of course, as I said, the more serious category of allegations is potentially criminal. And so there may also, we have to assume, potentially be police involvement in this at some point as well.
OK, Matthew Thompson, thanks very much indeed.